I'll now request Alexander Matthew of NDTV Profit to ask his question. Alexander, please.
Good afternoon, Governor. Good afternoon, everybody else. You've covered quite a bit of ground. Let me ask you about what you said on credit growth. And you spoke about system-wide closer to 14%, and you said several pockets are seeing growth. My question to you is allied with what some of my peers have already asked. One would assume that the trajectory would increase heading into the new year as the impetus to growth increases. But is there going to be a curtailing of the extent to which it can grow by the fact that the CD ratios remain high? Have you factored that in? And there's an argument that has also been made that a large part of this spurt in credit growth we've seen in the recent past is gold loan linked. Is that something that you have witnessed? And also, if you can comment on why you considered the measure that you did on REITs and MSMEs at this point, and maybe give us a little more detail on that.
So, the first question I'll leave, to DG, because whatever I had to say, on credit growth, I already mentioned. I'll ask, DG Swaminathan to maybe add, a little bit more flavor to the credit growth. And the gold loans, of course, which have witnessed huge growth rates to the extent of about 200% or so. Your second question, let me, touch base on that, which is on MSMEs. So MSMEs are, the growth engines. They are an very important component of our economy, especially from the point of view of generating employment. And so this limit of 10 lakh rupees has been there for quite some time. I think 2010 or so, 2010 is this limit. So it's basically, indexing for inflation. That's what it is, from 10 lakh to 20 lakh rupees. The second one is on REITs. Again, we had already allowed lending to InvITs. And so now, we are in the same vein, allowing lending even for REITs. This will further help the real estate sector. D. Swaminathan.
So, credit growth, of course, as you mentioned, overall it is 14% year on year. But there are different components as you look at it. Agriculture has grown at about December data at 12%. Industry has grown at 13%. Personal loans have grown slightly upwards of 14%. So it's more secular. It is not that any one particular segment has contributed less or more. Gold loan as a proportion to the total lending book is something that we will have to see. The percentages can be misleading. And that increase is not something which is unexpected, because primarily in the previous years, the unsecured personal loans had a major role in terms of contributing to the overall growth. When banks move more towards safety, when there are higher slippages seen in certain segments like MFI or personal loans which are unsecured, the collateralized loans will see a pickup. So there has been a shift, but that shift has been also aided by the spurt in the gold prices, which is all right. But system level, the LTV ratio is still below 70%. While, of course, we have even permitted, as Governor mentioned, slightly higher LTV, system level it is below 70%. So there is absolutely no concern in terms of, number one, you will have to look at the percentage in terms of the overall pie that it has in the bank credit. And second is that LTV levels are even comfortable at this point in time, so there is no worry.